Hey guys, let's pop in and start with this piece and welcome back to another video. This is gross. Hey guys, let's pop in and start with this piece and welcome back to another video where today we are because I just don't feel like setting up in my room again. I don't think these glasses are cute. These aren't cute either, but we're gonna deal with this. Take this off too. So we are in the car again. I just wanted to do this quick story time because I just thought about it and I didn't want to forget it, and I thought it was quite interesting. This is not clickbait. Like, this really isn't clickbait. I mean, it kind of is because I've never technically dated anyone, but like also like it definitely almost happened to where I dated a drug dealer. We are just changing it up like 50 times today. It's okay. We're gonna try to make things fast because we don't have time today, okay? We have class, we have work, we have stuff to do. So we don't have time today. But I do want to start off disclaiming that I do not judge others for, you know, doing what they gotta do to make their monies and all that stuff. I try not to judge others. Obviously, as humans, we judge people and that sucks, but like, that's human, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't want to say it's human nature, but we definitely have done it, or have all done it at least once, you know, in our lifetimes. And I've gotten better with my judgment on people because I have no right to judge you. But I do think that some things just aren't necessary, and drugs are one of those things that I just don't think are necessary. Am I gonna like harp on you, don't do that? And no, if you know, want to do that, that's up to you. I personally don't advocate for it, and I just don't think that they're, you know, cool. I just don't understand them. They're not necessary. So that's my basis on it. With putting that aside, let's get right to the story time. Basically, so there was a point in my life where I would just really, like, whatever. Like, I would just be, you know, living life, doing things that, I just didn't know what was going on with me. And I still don't. But, I was really, like, just, like, sad, lonely, bored, me literally now. And I was looking for friends. And I had found this one person that lived in New Jersey. And I was going to be moving there soon. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, they're really nice. And, like, you know, let's just, you know, be friends or whatever. And then it like started to like move to something different. I'm giving you like the gist of things. Over time, it just, you know, started to become something a little different. And this was in the middle of me like another story time that you guys will get in only about 3 months, of me with like another like situation that was never really a relationship, but it really degraded me emotionally, mentally, and even physically. Like, it was just draining, and it was very upsetting and disgusting and terrible. That was happening during this time because I was just trying to find someone to give me the attention that I was craving. Because my attention-seeking self, you know what I mean? No, but seriously, I was just feeling really, like, mistreated, and I just wanted to stay in the place that I was at because I just felt like it would have worked itself out. But in the meantime, it was a mess, okay? I wasn't cheating because I wasn't in anything. You guys will understand when you watch the next story time that I will make in the future. But for now, you will be confused, and that's okay. So basically, I was talking to this person in the really bad time of my life, and I just was really craving attention, and by that, I just mean someone there for me. Me and my family relationship isn't the best, so like, I just needed good friends. I had no friends at this point. Like, I was really in a rut. Like, I was running out of energy and just motivation. And so I had found someone that was giving me what I was craving. I want to be like, oh my goodness, never settle, never let that happen to you, baby girls. And I'm not going to do that though, because we all know that that's the case. Like, we don't deserve to get treated, you know, bad. But in the end, we just live and we learn. And that's how life goes. So I'm not going to go over here preaching, make sure you guys... No, that's a waste of my time and your time. So let's, you know, ignore that. You know what you need to do. And if you're going through a rough time right now, you may not even know it. And it's okay. Or, you know, life just, it's weird. Life is weird. Back to the story time. I was just talking to this person, and we slowly were starting to build something. And then they were texting me, because it was an online, you know, thing, because they lived in New Jersey. And those don't always work out well too, so like, that might have been, you know, a thing. And so at this point, I had really not trusted them, but I had known they weren't a fake person because we had called a few times, and we had I don't know, you can do anything over the phone, I guess, but still, I don't know. I know they weren't like, you know, catfishing or whatever. So we were texting, and it started to get really heated and really weird, and then like not heated like sexually, just like heated like argumentatively. They were talking about how like they had, and then like I don't really remember. This was a long time ago. It was just getting really like argumentative, and I didn't like that toxicity. And I was like, what is wrong with you? And they were like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, they were just like, it was just something stupid. It was so stupid. They were just coming for me. Like, I was like triggered. And so an argument arose out of it, and it could have been calmed down, but later, the next day, I'd found out they were drinking. Underage drinking. I don't understand that either, but okay. And I was like, listen, like, you're really sweet, but like, I also don't want to deal with this, because that's kind of, I'm just not an advocate for that. And like, I just don't think I'd want that in a relationship. And they were like, oh, but I really like you. And I'm like, but we're not even anything yet, and I don't want to start something if it's gonna be like this. And it was like, and then I was like, oh my goodness, yeah, I was like, I guess you're right. There is like, you know, or whatever, but like, I just don't know. Sorry, this was a long time ago. I can barely remember anything. And then it like went and on and off kind of thing. And then it like stopped because we got into one more big argument, and I was just over them. They were really toxic. And so that ended. Then the same night that I had blocked them on everything, they got one of their friends to start texting me. Mind you, this person lived all the way in freaking New Jersey, okay? Okay? They got their friend, they gave their friend my phone number. You have no right. You have no right. I mean, you have a right, but you have no right. So when that happened, I was like, okay, this person's obviously crazy. I'm blocking this person and their friend and like everything. So then I was lonely again because I was going through a rough time in my other situation. And so I decided to unblock this person on Snapchat. And what do? They add me. And I add back because I'm a lonely hoe. And we start talking. And they were like, I miss you, I'm really sorry. And it wasn't like that, but it was like that. And then I was like, I really just don't want to get back in with it. And then I started to be the one that was like, oh, I miss you. And it was just like me now going to them. And they were like distancing themselves from me. And I think it was just us getting older too. Like, over this had been going on for like 3 years. And like 2 to 3 years. And so we were just like, you know, whatever. And then like during the end of our thing, I learned more about, you know, how they were coping with their drug addiction. And it wasn't really drug addiction. Well, yeah, because at first they were like, it's just weed. And then I was like, okay, I mean, that's not that bad, but it's bad. Like, for me, it's bad, but like, it's not that bad. And they were like, but I've also done some like pretty hardcore stuff. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like that's like coke. Like, yeah, when I say yeah, like they did pretty hard stuff. But they weren't doing it like faithfully as they were like weed and like drinking. And like they were like, I'm really trying to cope with it. And I'm like, listen, like I want to be there for you and I want to try to help you get out of that. So I can be there for that, but I don't know how it's going to work online. And they were like, oh, you know, I don't know how it's going to work either, but like, it's okay. And then like, we tried to make it work and then it didn't work. And then like at the end of it all, we just ended up just not working out. They ended up finding someone, and then I was trying to like hold on to something because I was just really lonely and it was another rough patch. I was trying to hold on and they were like slowly moving away, and then I guess they got into a relationship or something because the last time I talked to them, they were like, I have someone now. I think that I really like them. And then they unfollowed me on Snapchat and I unfollowed them. And that was the story of the time I dated a drug dealer. It wasn't even that interesting. It was just more tea time. But yeah, and I mean, I don't know if they were drug dealing per se, but they definitely did those hardcore drugs, and they definitely did share them. So I mean, I know they sold weed at least like once or twice because they said like it was like helping them with money and stuff like that. I don't know. But they also told me that they had lived a really rough life, and that was really helping them cope. And they had a bunch of like problems going on, and so like I understand, but I really think it's really sad that it's come to a point. Someone said something. It's not about the drugs. I think it was Nicki Minaj. She said when rest in peace Juice WRLD, when they were talking, when she was in the Billboard Woman Award or something like that, she was like, I don't want to quote it wrong, but I'll insert the video.
I want to tell everyone that drugs isn't the problem, it's the way we fix our problem. So it's so important that we don't pass judgment so that people don't feel ashamed to speak up and ask for help. It's so important we talk about mental health. It is, because people are dying because they don't want to express how miserable they are and how much they're suffering. So they rather medicate themselves. So I just came here tonight to ask people to be a little bit more forgiving and understanding.
When people are hurting, just check on them. Because if this person that I was talking with had someone to just be there for them and be a nice coping mechanism other than drugs, then they wouldn't need the drugs. And yes, drugs are a problem, but no matter what, they're gonna be relevant in the world. So like, I think people just need to be there for everybody. And yeah, that's really like cringy and corny and this is namaste kind of whatever. But in reality, I think that is, you know, a big like concept that needs to be, you know, pushed more. I don't know. That's my tea. This is a really short, fast video because I have stuff to do today, and I literally have groceries in the back of my car right now, like melting. Hello, hi. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, keep your heads up high, and I would love to be seeing you guys next time. Further, let's get right into the video.
What? Don't be looking at me like that, dude.